that you said
don't have
that.
a credit card and you're 20 years old, get one and build your credit. Use it on gas. Just be fucking smart. And
Yeah, explain credit for people real quick. Like the young girls that might, you see what I'm saying? Like let them know, like
the most simplest thing. And the thing is like one day when I become a parent, I'm gonna start my kids freaking credit while they're young, so that shit is booming by the time they actually need it, because it's very helpful, and no one teaches you this shit in school, and it's the most important thing that you need to know about life.
Right.
Like, you can't do anything without credit. You can't get a car, you can't get a house, a mortgage, you can't do any of that. So like,
what's the best way to work on your credit?
I would say,
get a credit card.
well, if you have no credit, get a credit card.
Yeah, so that would be the first step.
That would be the first
step.
Get
a credit card.
Get a credit card. And just use it on little things. Like, you don't have to get a big limit. If you get approved for a big limit, perfect. Emergency,
Okay.
Use it for gas here and there.
Necessities,
like, if so, God forbid something happens, use it for that. But
Okay.
always pay it back. Like, you don't have to pay your credit card every time you use it. Like, make sure small amounts. Like, pay $10.
All right, so let's say we're working with a 500 limit. What would you do?
A 500 limit, I'd say, use it for, go get some food or, I don't know, gas.
All right, so by the end of the month,
I'm not saying go use the whole 500 in a day.
All right, so that's one thing you shouldn't do.
That's one thing. Don't use the full amount, because that's just dumb. Because like, that just doesn't look good. Like, you're just paying the full amount on your credit card every time. That shows that you're not like trying to build it. You're just using the money that you get. Like,
so definitely do not use. Let's say use about half.
Yeah.
Use about half.
Yeah.
And then what? Pay back the full half, or just whatever the minimum is?
I'd say whatever the minimum is.
Most likely 30.
You could go a little higher if you want.
Okay.
But I'm not just saying don't pay the full amount like right away.
Yeah, you gotta show that you're reliable at least.
Exactly.
Show that you.
And it's like, what I do? Like, I have 3 credit cards, and they're all different limits. Like, I have 200, and then it goes higher from that. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I forgot the point.
It's alright, because I'm gonna chop this video anyway, so don't even worry about it.
You don't want to max out your credit card.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You just want to pay, pay your limit. Of course, pay that, because it shows that you're paying, so you're...
Alright, real quick. 500 is your limit. What would you do?
I would probably spend, 200.
Okay.
Between, shit, gas is so expensive. Now I be putting that on my credit card, because I'm like, damn, it's so much now. But then I pay it back at the end of the month, but I don't pay the full amount. So say I had 200, that would go to if I wanted fast food one day, or want to get a smoothie, or go to the grocery store, get gas, small amounts I was saying before.
Necessities.
Don't overuse it. Don't sit there and buy hundreds of dollars worth of clothes just because you have a $500 limit. Don't max that out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not play money. It's
cause
your career money, really. This is necessities right here, because this credit could get you a house.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And you most likely don't need clothes, so you shouldn't be putting your credit on clothes.
That's true. Because I feel be responsible about where you spend it. Just don't be going crazy with it. I feel that's what, whenever anybody really gets a credit card, it's younger, they're yeah, this credit card, and they just next thing you know, it's it's not, it's technically your money, so you still have to pay that back.
Yeah, exactly.
The bank's just giving you an overhead for a temporary period of time. Being okay, you can borrow this much money, this is your amount you're allowed to borrow every month. Whatever you borrow is still gonna come out of your paycheck. You still have to pay for that.
I like that you said that. So if you was to hit the lottery for $1 million, what would you do with that?
Travel, probably to every single country, if I can.
Can I stop you?
No, I would probably definitely invest.
Thank you.
I'm investing all my money.
All right, well,
because you're off
not
the
even
rip,
all
you're
of it.
spending the money.
You don't even have to invest all your money. Fuck it, buy a brand new house. You earn that money, but pay that shit. Pay that mortgage off cash.
The only reason why I said that is because, like you were saying,
get properties everywhere. Fucking Puerto Rico. Invest in Airbnbs. That's a really big thing now. Thinking about doing that one day, but just invest your money because your money's just gonna grow generation to generation. You know, whatever it is, that's your thing. Period.
And have your money work for you while you're sleeping.
Exactly.
Because if you're not making more money, what is it? There's a video, and it was like, if you're not making more money when you're sleeping than say like your day job, then you're working harder.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's called passive income. See what I'm saying? You don't want to be the slave for the money. Your time, like the shit that we're putting in for 9 to 5s is ridiculous to the amount that we're getting. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that was a big thing. Like, investing your money is smart because, like you said about the credit card, you don't want to just use it as play money. See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If you win $1 million, don't just think because, you know, that's a lot of money that you should just start going spending. You should find a way to invest it so it makes more money. Because $1 million could go by fast. Especially if you're only known for spending. You see what I'm saying? And saving doesn't help your money either.
I know a lot of
What
people
helps
that
your
would
money is investments.
Probably definitely buy like a brand new car, house. They probably spend all of it. Go to the
Off the
mall,
rip, they just buy. Next thing you know, how are you gonna pay the bills on all of this stuff that you just
they
bought?
got a yacht that they get paid for, and a house they get paid for, and a
Next
car.
you know, it's all foreclosed and you're selling everything.
Your car's getting free food.
That happened to this couple in Denver. They won the lottery and then built a house, and they like spent all the money in the house and like other shit, and they basically had to give it up.
Because, bills are bills. Like, you act like you
You
don't
forget
have
about
every
bills.
month. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, money
Organized,
management.
I feel like, is a big
Yeah.
So that's a thing about gas that I'm hearing from so many people, right? Gas is so high, it's inflation, Now, if you was on top of your money, you would not be worrying about gas. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because obviously the ones that are complaining about gas isn't making enough. Because if you was making enough, gas would not be a problem. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, because that is ridiculous, the prices that we're paying. But maybe that should tell you something about yourself. Like, maybe I should be making more money. See what I'm saying?
I feel like there's two sides. So I feel like, yeah, like what you're saying, like, but it's like with the whole working thing, it's like people are working these jobs, like they're not getting paid enough, and everything's going up in cost. So it's like, I feel like it's not just gas. It's like, I mean, people have to pay, like, what you used to pay a few $100s for to put oil in your house, now you're paying thousands for it. Like,
crazy.
You know, imagine being like a single mom, like with the kids and trying to provide like that. Like, how, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like food too. So
and
I feel like
America just wonders why everybody's on welfare.
Nah, they know what they're doing.
that's what I'm saying. So
They know what they're doing.
How you're saying,
well,
like,
definitely they know what they're doing.
Because they're doing it.
You're right.
That's it's a control thing. It's a way to like
how you said, like, you know, you wouldn't be worried if you had like your money right, but I feel like not everybody's in that position. You know what I mean? Like, to like, you know, either made as much money as they could have made. People don't have the resources, stuff like that. Maybe they don't have the knowledge. Like, I feel like there's so many different sides you can look at that question.
Yeah, it's definitely so many different sides. Then to just, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like people need to just put this to the side and not complain about the gas, but get to the real problem. Because the rooted problem is way past what the gas price is.
Yeah.
It's like what she's saying, like, the America is making these problems and then making it seem like they're complaining about it. You guys are making the law, like,
they control everything.
you control everything.
Facts.
The fact that we're working for money is ridiculous in the first place. See what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, there's things that we should be teaching, you know, people that surround us. And we should, you know, like, understand more. Because I feel like when you understand something, you have a better way of beating it. You see what I'm saying? Versus just, like, sitting here like, why? There's always a loophole. There's always a way. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel there's a lot of self-care that we need to start doing more understanding, more lending a hand and being there and not just being like, let's go out. Like, that shouldn't be our gatherings together. Like, during the week, we do have time. It's just that we're making time for unnecessary things. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I do feel like there's a lot of things that we can improve on.
And that's why a lot of relationships don't work out, and a lot of friendships don't work out because you're focused on the wrong things.
Right.
Instead of, you know, your friends and the people that care about you and that, you know. But at the end of the day, friendship means different things to a lot of people.
Yeah. and it's built on different platforms.
Exactly.
A lot of people are friends just because they grew up with each other.
Everyone should just learn their lesson. Fucking do what you're supposed to do, like my mom says.
Oh
I feel like
shit.
as you get older too, like people grow down different paths too, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's
Like, I'm too
nature.
old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you start
yeah.
realizing a lot of things isn't.
Like, people I was friends with in high school,
Tired of
I
playing
don't
these
talk to
fucking
them.
games.
It's like you're gonna have different goals than people. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna grow up at different levels, and I feel like levels of maturity are definitely different. Like you have, because I feel like a part of that is understanding what you want out of life and like what your goals are. And not everybody has that driven mindset. Even people who you're friends with their whole lives, like we're going at down different paths, and that's okay. Like you grow apart from somebody, and I think the biggest thing in life is like accepting that. Like you're gonna grow apart from somebody you may have known, 10 years ago that was a completely different version of themselves now. And I feel like that's life though. Everybody goes down different paths. They grow in different ways, different areas, stuff like that. And that's okay to not be on the same wavelength as others that
Definitely.
you had like a relationship with. Like I don't know, I feel like a lot of people I grew up with since I was a kid, I don't talk to now. Like they're on a completely different wavelength than me, and a lot of it, some of them aren't doing good and some of them are. And like, but that's okay because I'm doing my own thing. Like I'm still growing on my own.
So
path.
it's
Like, I
okay to
accept
be
it,
on a
yeah.
different path.
Yeah, like I accept
Yeah.
it. If people grow apart, you wish them well, but it's like
Don't carry the burden with you.
Exactly.
that's like a big thing. I wish I can tell my younger self that.
Well,
So what do you guys think right now is like things that you can improve on?
Caring too much.
everything.
Caring
about
too much?
bullshit
I
that doesn't fulfill
I
me.
just would want to improve every single day. Every time I wake up, every time the Lord opens my eyes every morning. Just be
Oh, so you
grateful.
think it's a thing, like
Yeah.
no matter if you even feel good, you should still
You should
keep
still
going.
try to achieve more, and just there's
Right.
always more to achieve out here in this world. Like that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people just think
Everyone's
they get
just
the
stuck and
happiness, and it's like,
comfortable.
yeah, exactly.
Get
Be-
out of the comfort.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Word.
You
Definitely.
gotta put yourself in those situations. So I feel like that's how you experience things. Like,
Facts.
how are you gonna like stay stagnant in this little box? Like, you can't put yourself in a box. So just step outside, experience things that you never experienced, whether you like them or not.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna try foods you don't like throughout your entire lifetime, but how would you know you didn't like them?
Like
unless
if you didn't try,
tried
it. Yeah, right. So be open.
Exactly.
Experiences,
Be
like,
open.
don't ever stay stagnant. Keep growing. Keep going. Keep,
Keep
always have
thriving,
ideas.
people. You only live one life.
Are we living or surviving?
You're
We
living.
are living.
Like surviving. You're
Fuck
just
surviving.
You're not like your mind is just in survival mode. Like, how am I gonna eat? How am I gonna sleep? How am I gonna do this? But like, when you're actually like, I can't even think right now.
No, you good.
I
When you're
just
actually
blinked
what?
out for a second.
It's because it's the end.
Because
The end.
if you're living, you're actually fulfilling yourself and experiencing things that you enjoy. Like, you're making yourself happy. You're, experiencing things you've never experienced before. And I feel like that's what life is. But when you're in survival mode, you don't allow yourself to feel that way because like you
You're
have so much
thinking.
energy going and thinking into like, how am I gonna eat today? Stuff like that. Like, but
Instead
when
of just
you're
getting
actually-
it done. Yeah.
yeah, when you're living, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I went on this awesome hike. Like, I saw my friends. Like, things that you enjoy. It's like you can actually concentrate your energy more into that than, just going to survival mode.
Right. Respectable.
Facts.
Appreciate you guys for stopping by.
Always.
See what I'm saying?
Always,
Um,
even right after the gym when we look all sweaty and
The determination right there. Even after the gym, still had energy to give advice to next
late.
people.
And you know what? I don't get home, have a shower, get
Gotta
ready
keep
for
going.
work in the morning,
Look,
and then
we're
do it
low-key.
all over again.
All over again.
Low-key matching. Did you notice that?
Oh, all right, twinning.
Opposites
So if you guys
attract.
want to shout out your IGs
It's
or
It's on Instagram.
Nah, don't follow me.
LIC.
I don't fuck with nobody. Just get it.
Facts, but I didn't think about
she just
that.
said all
No,
that
I'm
good
kidding.
stuff and then ended like, nah, don't listen to nothing I just said.
I'm just kidding. guys.
LIZ_OBITZ. Follow me.
I'm not really
Okay.
you know, I got social media, but
She don't want to disclose.
If you see
that
me in
right now.
person, you see me in
if
person.
you see me in person, I got you. But other
It's
than
okay.
that,
Signing out.
signing out.
That's
I
right.
know.